What's the most unforgivable thing a nurse ever did? When I was 8, my little brother got really sick. Like, scary sick, where he couldn't keep food down and had a fever that wouldn't break. Mom rushed him to the emergency room at 2 a.m., and I had to come along because Dad was working his night shift at the factory. The waiting room smelled like those cleaning wipes and had these plastic chairs that stuck to your legs. There was this one nurse at the front desk. I'll call her Janet. She had short blonde hair and these tiny reading glasses that hung on a chain around her neck. When Mom carried my brother up to the desk, he was barely conscious and burning up with fever. Mom was crying, trying to explain what was wrong. Janet didn't even look up from her computer screen. She just kept typing, acting like we weren't even there. "Excuse me," Mom said, louder this time. "My son needs help." Janet finally looked up with this annoyed expression, like Mom had interrupted her favorite TV show. She glanced at my brother, who was limp in Mom's arms, and said, "Take a seat. Someone will call you." "But he's really sick," Mom pleaded. "He hasn't eaten in 2 days." Janet rolled her eyes. "Ma'am, everyone here thinks their kid is dying. That's why it's called an emergency room. Take a number and wait your turn." There wasn't even a number system. She just said that to be mean. So we sat down, and I watched my brother get worse. His lips turned this grayish color, and his breathing got all shallow and fast. Other people came in after us. A guy with a cut on his hand, a woman with a hurt ankle, even someone who just seemed to have a cold. One by one, Janet called them back. Every time Mom went up to ask about my brother, Janet would give her the same speech about waiting and being patient. But I noticed something weird. When the people in nice clothes came in, or when someone spoke with a certain accent, Janet suddenly became super helpful. She'd smile and say things like, "Oh my, let's get you taken care of right away." This one lady came in wearing expensive jewelry and complained about a headache. Janet immediately got up from her chair, walked her to the back, and personally introduced her to a doctor. Meanwhile, my brother was slumped over in Mom's lap, barely moving. After 3 hours, Mom was desperate. She begged Janet one more time, explaining that my brother had been sick for days and was getting worse. Janet didn't even pretend to care this time. "Listen, lady," she said, loud enough for everyone to hear. "Some kids just get sick more than others. Maybe if you took better care of him at home, you wouldn't be here bothering us in the middle of the night." That's when I saw Mom break. She started crying harder, and I could tell she was blaming herself. I was just a kid, but even I knew that was wrong. My mom was the best mom ever. She made us breakfast every morning, helped with homework, and read us stories before bed. She wasn't a bad mom. Finally, around 5 a.m., a different nurse came on shift. This guy took one look at my brother and immediately called for a doctor. Turns out my brother had severe dehydration and his blood sugar was dangerously low. They had to put him on an IV and monitor him for hours. The doctor was furious when he found out how long we'd been waiting. He asked Mom why she didn't bring him in sooner, and when she explained about Janet, his face got really red. "That should have been treated immediately," he told Mom. "A few more hours and this could have been much worse." My brother spent 2 days in the hospital. He almost went into a coma because Janet decided we weren't worth her time. The doctor said if Mom had waited any longer to push for help, my brother might have had permanent damage or worse. Mom filed a complaint, but the hospital basically said it was a misunderstanding. Janet kept her job and continued working there for years. I know because we had to go back a few times for follow-up visits, and she'd always give us this smug look like she remembered us but didn't care.